Hey guys, it's Rosie, and I know what you're all thinking. What is this? You have an Animal Jam channel. What is an animation story doing on here? Well, as you all probably know, if you've been keeping up with my Animal Jam videos, I lost my membership, and I am way too lazy to renew it, and I'm running out of money because I have a slime shop, and I'm trying to fund it. So yeah, I have to wait till I get enough money to get my membership renewed, and I want to have a year so that I don't have to do this all the time, because as I said before, I'm lazy, and I'm sorry. So yeah, today I'm going to do a story, just a school story. It's been done so many times, but I have so many of them, given that I'm still in school, so they will continuing to have more school stories, and I want to, get them out there before they decide to leave my head, because I have a horrible memory. So, yeah, let's get right into the story. I call this one Yet to Be Named. Just look at the title of the video, that's what it's called. Okay, so let's get right into it. So this story starts off with a good friend of mine. Let's just call her Chloe today. And, I know I am a wolf and she is a human. I swear I am not a furry. I am not a furry, I promise. Okay, so we were walking from the nurse to lunch like we do, like, every day. And, she was saying that she was gonna break up with her boyfriend, and I was like, who? Who is your boyfriend? And then she's like, oh, what should I call him? Oh, yeah, Stingy. I'll call him Stingy. Like from Lazy Town. This mailbox is mine, and I'm back with mine. Okay, so she was saying she's gonna break up with him, and so then the next day when we were walking to lunch again, she told me she broke up with him, and I was like, oh yeah, and yeah, okay, good. And then yeah, so then I asked like my other friend, like I told her his name, and then she was like, oh, I have a crush on him, and I'm like, okay. But then my other friend who ended up breaking up with him was like, oh, he's a jerk. And I was like, okay. And then, so yeah. Then I was in math classes one day, and I didn't realize this, but Stingy was in my math class. Actually, I did realize it. Yeah, Stingy was in my math class. That's the only class I had with Stingy. Because I don't have any classes with Chloe. Because she's advanced, and I guess so is Stingy. Okay. So, yeah, so he was like, I don't know. He always just assumed that everyone had a crush on him. Like, everyone. Like, every girl. Like, everybody. He would, like, if anyone said anything to him, he would say, oh, you have a crush on me. So I just already knew. Okay, he's full of himself. Okay. So, yeah, I was pretty annoyed with him. Like, his kind of, like, attitude and stuff. Like, everybody loves me. Like, what the heck? Who do you think you are? Anyways, moving on. So the teacher, because apparently he was talking, put him next to me, and then I was like, okay. Okay, so another thing that happened is, so he's sitting next to me, and then he, like, notices my Spider-Man folder, but, like, this is not the Spider-Man folder that I had. It's fairly close. Like, it's actually really similar to it, like, very similar. Anyways, beside the point. So then he was like, hey, you like Spider-Man? And I was like, yes. Have an issue with that? Okay. And then he's like, oh, she likes Spider-Man. Everyone's like, okay. What's your point? So then I'm like, I know. I just told you that. Everybody knows that. What is your point? And then he started calling me Spider-Man, so I'm just, like, rolling my eyes, like, oh my gosh, this person, I cannot. And so, yeah, the teacher didn't really move him. He kind of moved himself later, because, he thinks he can do whatever he wants to, because everybody loves him. And that's not true. But, yeah, like, kids would correct him and be like, oh my gosh, that's not her name, you stupid person. Anyways, so, yeah, he would, like, keep on doing that, so I kind of, like, I was just like, oh my gosh, what is your issue? Ugh. So I kind of, like, moved my desk away from him because I couldn't even. Anyways, so, yeah, that is not the end of the story. That is just the end of Stingy, because after that he moved his seat, and hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, so, moving on. So then later, I was in my social studies class, which is my second to last class of the day, and I was there sitting next to a girl. I'm going to call her something that rhymes with her actual name. Let's just call her Tiana. That rhymes with her name. So then I was also sitting next to one of my best friends ever, and what should I call her? I'll just call her Camila, like Camila Cabello, because I don't know why. I just couldn't find any girl PNGs. I had used them all, so I could only find a Camila Cabello PNG. So she's Camila Cabello now. Okay. So this girl, Tiana, was like having a bad day, and she was like kind of like giving like rude remarks to different like kids. So then my friend Camila was like, oh, she's having a bad day. And I was like, okay. And so I pull out my Spider-Man folder, because that's where I keep my homework, like all my homework. Like, it is the biggest folder ever, and I do not know how it's still intact. Yeah, so then Tiana sees it, and she's like, you like Spider-Man? And I'm like, yeah, you were in my math class today, you know that. And so then she starts laughing, and then she says, oh my gosh, she's in love with Spider-Man. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is that remotely what I said? Okay. Okay, everyone's just, like, looking at her like, what? We don't even know who Rosie is. Stop talking. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah, and then my friend Camila is obviously like, oh, my gosh, and you're having a bad day. You know, don't take it out on other people. You're just being rude. True. What she said was all very true. Never do that. Never be like Tiana. Well, I mean, the princess. Be like her. She's awesome. But not the character in this story. Okay. So, that's kind of, sort of, maybe, yeah, the end of the story. It was, I don't know, it's not the most interesting story, but it's the most recent story I can think of, and I'll definitely have some more interesting stories for you, but I'm kind of, like, uncomfortable about talking about my life too much in depth. But maybe when I get a little bit more comfortable with that, I can share some more stories with you, hopefully having a little bit more drama. I have another story planned for you, and that is more drama, but I need to write a script for it, because I'm, like, noticing, like, I need a script. Like, what am I even doing right now? But, yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye from Rosie Thorns AOJ. I love y'all so much. Have a awesome day. Bye.